So the idea of UJO, aesthetically and functionally, it began of course with the original vehicle, my 110 V8 from 1983, and it's been present in my life for at least the last 20 years. It was the very first Defender that I owned. My name's Andy Hayes. I'm the founder, owner and CEO of Arkonik. So my passion for Land Rovers, particularly Defenders, is their inherent inert ability to provide scope for the adventures that I seek. I was pretty badly busted up from a motorcycle accident I'd had, and my wife, she knew that I needed something to work through as a project to help with my healing and recovery from this particular accident, and so she purchased UJO. I made it better, I repaired it, restored it, and slowly and surely, of course, it made me better. It's full of stories, it's full of journeys that I've shared with my children, particularly up and down and throughout the UK and Europe. I can remember this particular dent occurring in the roof. The dent actually started here as the vehicle slid down an embankment onto a tree, and there was no way to go other than forwards, and forwards we went and down the whole length of the roof, incredibly keeping the alpine light intact. What I wanted to do was create a tribute to it, and the first thing of course that we looked at and agreed upon was what were the definitive aspects of UJO that had to remain within the tribute vehicle, and that started with its colour. And the colour of the original vehicle was Land Rover Stratos Blue. We decided to take that colour and we decided to create a metallic version of it. We also decided that we wanted to put the original decals on from the mid-80s. So that was a challenge because they're no longer available. We had to create those. We wanted UJO to be a surprise. So from the outside, it's just a blue 110. And then you start it. And then suddenly you realise that this thing is much more. Above all else, it's a tribute to this very one simple thing. I have spent the best part of 20 years building with a hugely powerful, inventive and supportive team alongside me, the world's leading Land Rover Defender specialist restorers. UJO is a tribute to that. It's a tribute to and a combination of 20 years of art graft. And there it is, sat right behind me. So I'm really happy to collaborate with REC. I think that we share very similar ethics and ambitions for giving tribute and recognition to things of value that are uniquely of value to ourselves. And the fact that there's a piece of my original UJO, my 110 V8 within this wristwatch is extraordinary. I feel humbled that the guys at REC recognise the same thing within us that clearly we see within the guys at REC, an unusual, unique product. I love that it's got an automatic movement, and the detail within the watch, particularly on its back surface, is extraordinary. Why? Of course, because I feel connected with it, and of course because there's a great story behind it, the legend which is Arkonik and UJO. There is not a piece of this watch which is nothing other than perfect. I'm proud to wear this watch.